Y'all, I am fierce and I am feeling mighty, so I am going to rank Aphrodite. Aphrodite is my favorite Kylie Minogue album. It was my gateway into her, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. So I just had to talk about it. I love this album so much. So I'm going to be ranking the songs from my personal least favorites to my personal favorites. This isn't objectively what I think is the worst song to the best song. This is just the order that I like the songs in, personally. So, starting at number 16, I have Heartstrings. Heartstrings was like always the outlier on Aphrodite to me. It never really sounded like it belonged on this album. Like, to me, it kind of sounds like a song that would be off of Fever, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, it just kind of gives me Fever vibes. Maybe it's the instrumentation. Maybe it's like that like tropical sounding kind of drum. I don't know how to describe it, but Heartstrings is still a great song. I mean, I still enjoy it. I never skip it. It's just that on Aphrodite, with the big choruses and these giant moments, it's a bit more of a low-key one, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do think you need sort of a more chill kind of moment to slow an album down a little bit, to pump the brakes. And that's what Heartstrings does. Now, am I going to it a lot? No, not necessarily, but it's still cute. I think it's a cute, fun little bop. It's summery, it's tropical sounding. So, yeah, Heartstrings, it's good for a summer playlist. Is it the one that I listen to the most? No. But am I gonna skip it? Also no. Aphrodite is no skips. At number 15, I have Silence. Silence was a B-side for Put Your Hands Up, I believe. One of the singles. So it wasn't even an official bonus track, I guess. It was a B-side for a single, but I still count it as just being on the album. Silence, for sort of the same reason as Heartstrings, is down the slow, because I don't think it necessarily goes off enough, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not really one that gets stuck in my head a lot. It's not one that I think is necessarily the catchiest, but it still is great. I mean, I can't say anything bad about Silence. Like, it's still really good, and I do think it's underrated, and not a lot of people might know about it because it was a B-side, and like not even a bonus track, like literally just a B-side to a single. So I feel like this one's sort of gotten lost to time, I guess, but Silent is a really good song. I can't really say much about it. Like, I think it is a little bit more mid for this album. It sounds like an Aphrodite song. Like, it's exactly like what you would think, but it doesn't really go off enough, in my opinion. It's not one that I'm going to listen to a lot. Like, I don't seek it out necessarily, but it's still good. I mean, does it give me B-side vibes? Yes, but it's still a really good time. If you haven't heard it before, I definitely recommend it. So next up is Go Hard or Go Home. Go Hard or Go Home is a really nice, like, closing moment. It sounds like when the party has ended or the music has stopped playing for the night and you're just like getting in your car and then you blast your own music. That's what it is. It's driving home after the party, but you're still partying in your car. That's what Go Hard or Go Home gives me. And I really like it for that reason. I think it's like a nice, like, wrapping things up kind of vibe. Because like the beginning, it's like soft and it's just like her and a guitar. And then you get to more of that electronic instrumentation in the chorus. And it kind of like goes off in like a really big way, in kind of a way that you don't expect it, like given how the verses are a little bit more like low-key. And I really like that. I like a song that kind of pulls a fast one on you, I guess. Like, I didn't really expect it to go off as much as it did when I first listened to it. So it's really fun, and I just love her vocals on it. I think she just sounds so like adorable. She always sounds adorable. Like, Kylie is just so cute, but something in this song, like, you could just really feel like the smile on her face, and that's what makes all of Kylie's music very special. Like, I feel like when she's recording, she like is genuinely having so much fun, and I just really feel that with this song. Like, I just feel her energy. It's just so positive, and that's why I like it. I mean, I know that it is ranked low, but I'm gonna say it a million times, like, this is Aphrodite. Like, every single song is a masterpiece to me. So to be ranked low, like, you're still on Aphrodite, it doesn't matter. So Go Hard or Go Home is really, really good. It's definitely a good going home song. Next up is Can't Beat the Feeling. Can't Beat the Feeling, just like when it first starts and like that synthy whatever that like sound is, it's like so like fun. Like, it just gives me arcade. Like, whenever I hear it, I just picture like an arcade and like you're running around and you're getting like prizes, you're playing like skee ball. That's what Can't Beat the Feeling gives me. It gives me like you're a young child and you're playing around in one of those like scam arcade things, like a Chuck E. Cheese, I guess. That sounds weird. I don't know. Can't Beat the Feeling. I can't imagine being played at Chuck E. Cheese, but maybe. I mean, that would be kind of a serve. I love Can't Beat the Feeling. I think it's just, again, like an infectious energy to it. Like, how can you knock it up and dance when you listen to it? If you don't have a soul. I don't know what to tell you. But Can't Beat the Feeling, I really love... She does this a lot on this album, I feel. Like, I love how there's sort of two choruses. Like, the first one is like the, you know, Can't Beat the Feeling that I get. And then, like, the second part, it's like kind of a different melody when she starts going like, two people synchronized, like a power brings you closer. Like, I love when there's like kind of different melodies within one chorus, because it just makes it feel even more like grand. Like, it makes it feel like it's bigger and like longer than it actually is, and I just love that. Like, I think she just does that a lot on Aphrodite, and that's why I love this album so much, and this song is a good example of that. And I also love her vocals when it's at the end and she's going into the last chorus, like that final like Can't Beat the Feeling that I get, like that part where she kind of like stretches out the eye. It just is like so much fun. Like, I love singing along to that part. I'll spare you me trying to reenact it because no one wants to hear that, but Can't Beat the Feeling is absolutely phenomenal. I love the song. Number 12 is Looking for an Angel. Looking for an Angel literally belongs in a movie. I feel like it should be in a movie, like a musical. Like, it's giving me Disney musical or something along those lines. I don't know. I just really want to see, because I don't picture a music video for this. I picture like a Broadway like musical act for this, or like a film musical number. That's what I see for this. Like, I can totally just see her like scouting out. She's on like, what's that Greek mountain called? Mount Olympus. Like, she's on Mount Olympus and she is looking for her angel. She is scouting out. She's going through the great halls of the gods. Like, that is what Looking for an Angel gives me. It's just so like, again, grand sounding. Like, it really just sounds like so orchestral, and the strings and the violins, it just sounds huge. And that is why I love the song. Like, there's just such a presence to it. When it starts, like, I get very serious. And also, I love the pre-chorus, and like, it's just so catchy. Like, I love a good pre-chorus, and this one has one of my favorites on the album. And the way that it just goes right into that huge, like, Looking for an Angel, it is just so, so good. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, Looking for an Angel is just amazing. Like, if you haven't heard it, like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you need to look for your angel, because they have guided you astray if you have somehow avoided the song, or this album in general, I guess. So, next up is Closer. I like Closer a lot, but I'm not gonna lie, I like her other song, Closer, from Let's Get To It better. So this is the inferior Closer, but it's still fabulous. It's still amazing. This one to me sounds like very sexual. I don't know, like, it's just a lot of mounting tension, and then once the chorus hits, it's very like pulsating, and I don't know, it's just very like steamy. To me, it almost sounds like it could be off of Body Language, because I feel like that album had a lot more of this like slinky, like sexual kind of energy to it. And it's not that Closer, like, sonically sounds like it belongs on Body Language. I just mean like the vibe that I get. Like, yeah, very like slinky and sexual, and that's why I like Closer a lot. Closer is just a very like cool song, and it goes off just enough, but it's still like in that intersection of like I could kind of chill out to the song, but I could also dance to it. And I love when a song is both. Like I love when you could throw this on and sit down and relax, but you could also dance to it. And that's what Closer is to me on this album. I feel like it meets perfectly in the middle of being somewhat more low-key, but also danceable. So Closer is amazing. I do like Let's Get To It's Closer better, but that's not a criticism. Okay, Closer, both of them are amazing. So next up at number 10, Everything Is Beautiful. This one grew on me the most. I remember I didn't like totally love Everything Is Beautiful at first. I don't know why. I don't know like what switch went off in my mind that made me love it, but I think just over time, the more that I've listened to it, the more it just kind of clicks. It's the one that has grown on me the most because every time I listen to it, I like it better, and I just find different things to love. I love the beautiful in the beginning, and again, I just feel like there's a really good build up in this song. Like, it starts and it's kind of just her vocals and a little bit of the music in the background, and then just as it keeps going, like more layers and layers keep getting added, and then you get to that euphoric chorus where she just sounds so heavenly, just so beautiful. Yeah, you're literally beautiful. So yeah, Everything Is Beautiful is awesome. Like, I don't know why it took me so long to get around to it, but it's the grower, not the shower. Like, sometimes you need a song that you don't really get at first, but then you keep going back to it and you just understand. To me, this one is way better than Beautiful off of Kiss Me Once. That's probably one of my least favorite Kylie songs. It's not bad, I just don't like love it. But Everything Is Beautiful, absolutely a 10 out of 10. Love, love, love this song. At number 9, I have Put Your Hands Up. I've like heard some rumblings of people saying like the song is more generic and it shouldn't have been a single. And I'm like, okay, do we not like fun? I mean, I don't know, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes you do need a basic party track, and that's what Put Your Hands Up is. I guess I'll say maybe it doesn't totally go along with the whole theming she had around this album. Like, it's not necessarily as huge or grand or epic sounding as the rest of the songs. Like, I can admit that, sure. But to me, it just sounds like 2010. Like, that's why I love it. Like, if a song sounds like it was 2008 through 2010, like, I just instantly like it more because music from then was just like more fun. And like, Put Your Hands Up is just fun. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just such a automatic song for me when I'm going out. Like, this one has to be played before I'm going out, while I'm at my house getting ready. It's a hype song, and I don't know, I just think that it was a good choice for a single, but I guess it didn't necessarily smash as much. I live in the US. Kylie like isn't big here, sadly. Among the gays she is, but like among everyone else, like no one knows her, which is criminal, but whatever. So I don't know if the song like did well in the UK or Australia, but I hope that it did. I mean, from what I've read, it looks like it wasn't a huge smash, which is sad because it's so good. I mean, how could you not like love it? Like, you put it on and you have to put your hands up. Like, I don't even feel love, but I'm putting my hands up. So yeah, I just adore the song. This is such a standard Kylie for me. Like, if I'm in the mood to listen to Kylie, this is just one of those songs that I'm putting on because it's so quintessential for me and I just love it. I get the criticisms, I suppose. Like, okay, maybe is it a little more generic? Sure, but Kylie doing a generic pop song is still Kylie, so that's not a bad thing. So next up is Better Than Today. Better Than Today is the serotonin booster of Aphrodite. There's always a serotonin booster on all the albums that I love, and this is, I mean, this whole album is, pretty much every Kylie album is. I guess not Impossible Princess. That one doesn't boost my serotonin necessarily. But yeah, Better Than Today is just the one that I put on to make me feel happy. It is so cheesy and corny, but in the best way. Like, I love a well done cheese song. And that's what Better Than Today is. Like, it just makes me smile. It makes me happy. Like, thinking about it, it just makes me so, like, hopeful for the future. And because that's what she's saying. Like, we just want tomorrow to be better than today. Like, I love, like, a simple sentiment like that because it gets the point across, but it's true. Like, who doesn't want tomorrow to be better than today? And it's just a very hopeful song, and I love that. And I think Kylie is one of the few people that can actually pull that off really well, because she usually is a little bit more, you know, like on sort of the campier, like sometimes a little bit more cheesier side. And like, I don't mean that as a bad thing, like that is what works for her. But what's special about Better Than Today is I do genuinely think that it's well written. Like, this is a song that I can very, very easily cry to. I have cried to this song many, many times, and it's more just like tears of joy, you know? Like, it's one of those songs that makes you hopeful, that makes you feel like everything is going to be okay. Like, it is a warm hug from guardian angel Kylie. That is what it feels like. My favorite line is, what's the point in worrying about being cool when there's a million things to learn they never teach you in school? Again, simple but effective line. Like, I just absolutely, totally resonate with that line. And Better Than Today, like, just as a song in general, I mean, it is corny, and I have seen people say, like, maybe it's a little too cheesy, maybe it shouldn't have been a single. I get that, but for me, I love cheese. Like, I love a cheesy song. And Better Than Today, I think, is not too cheesy. Like, I think it is just the right amount. And it genuinely, like, touches my heart. It literally pulls at my heartstrings. So that is why I love that song. Number 7 is Illusion. Illusion is so cool. Like, I just love how mysterious sounding it is. Like, I'm picturing a Vegas magic act, like Siegfried and Roy or something. Like, that is what I get from Illusion. I just picture, like, her emerging from the smoke, and she's, like, doing all these magic tricks because it's, like, an illusion. Like, that is what I get from this song. It just sounds so, like, cool and mysterious and sexy, and I love the music itself. Like, it's just, again, very catchy. I think it's produced so immaculate. It just sounds, like, tight. Like, it is just a very tightly produced song, especially the part where she's like, "'Cause I'm in too deep," and then you just hear, like, the chorus come in, and it just, like, smacks you. Like, it's just so good. Like, this is just a perfect pop song. I mean, Aphrodite is filled with perfect pop songs, but Illusion is just one of them. I can never, ever skip this song. If I ever skip this song, like, I literally am going to commit myself. Like, I am going to throw myself in jail. Illusion is not only not a skip, it deserves, like, the death penalty if you do skip it. I'm sorry. Like, how can she make such an amazing song and you skip it? Like, that's wrong. You are wrong for that if you ever did. Illusion is a masterpiece. So next up is Mighty Rivers. This was another bonus track, and this is quite possibly my favorite bonus track from Kylie, period. I think Mighty Rivers is just so amazing. Like, it just encapsulates Aphrodite. Again, it's just one of those, like, quintessential sounding songs, and I love how, again, huge it sounds. Like, mighty rivers run right through her. What does that mean? I have no idea. Like, I don't know what the song means, but it's just one of those songs that sounds good. Like, a lot of the times in pop music, you don't need to make sense. It just needs to sound good. And this song is so satisfying to sing along with because it just sounds really deep. Like, in the shadows, swim with the daydreams, as far away as they could take me. Or I love the line, there was a time I would go with the rolling tide. I wanted an easy ride. Like, I'm sure the song is actually about something. I don't really actually know what it is about. Again, it just sounds really good. It just sounds, like, poetic. And I think the chorus is so catchy. Like, how can you not get it stuck in your head when you listen to it? I really want a video for this one. I just really want to see her, like, ethereal, and she's in, like, a jungle or something, and, like, the rivers are running through, and she's, like, commanding the water. I don't know. There's something there. Someone smarter than me would have to do something with that. Someone more creative than me would have to make that, but I really think a video for this would look very cool. Like, I'm just picturing like water goddess moment. So Mighty Rivers is so amazing. We just need to give it to this album. Literally, like when I was making this list, the fact that Mighty Rivers wasn't in the top 5, like I thought for sure it would be in the top 5. But then the fact that there are 5 more songs that I like better than Mighty Rivers is insane. That's crazy. Like, how is that even possible? I didn't even think that that would be possible, but that is a testament to this album's quality, that Mighty Rivers is at number 6. Like, this is one of my favorite Kylie songs, period. So what could top it? Well, let's get into it. Number 5, I Am Fierce, I'm Feeling Mighty, I Am Aphrodite. Aphrodite, the title track, possibly her best title track. I think it is. It probably is her best title track. Oh my god, this song is so much fun. This song literally makes me feel like a goddess. Like, I feel like friggin' Zeus, or what are the other gods? I don't know, like Kratos or something. I'm playing God of War right now, so I guess I have that on the mind. But no, Aphrodite literally is just so powerful. Like, you feel it. You feel her performance in this song. It literally just sounds so huge, and like she is making an entrance. Like, this is the Bitch I Am Here song. I have arrived. Can you feel me on your stereo? It is just literally like so much fun. Like, I just have the best time listening to Aphrodite. Like, I seriously just think this was like Camp Kylie at her best. Like, I am picturing her soaring. I am seeing her like rescuing people from a volcano, and she's doing like goddess duties. Like, that is what I picture. Like, it's power. It's, I am here to save you. I am your savior. I am Aphrodite. Like, I truly believe her when she says it. Like, I think she just is a goddess. Like, how can you not when you listen to it? Like, she convinced me. Like, I am fully convinced at this point. And I just think like it's so catchy. Again, like, it's just one of those choruses that will just stick with you. Like, it is just a very sticky chorus. Like, it's just classic. Like, I'm fierce and I'm feeling mighty. I'm a golden girl. I'm an Aphrodite. Like, that is just a brilliant hook. I think that is just so, like, classic. Like, it is just a classic sounding song. It is such a perfect pop song because it gives you that fantasy of feeling larger than life. It makes you feel powerful. Especially like the drums. Like, I love the drums in this song because, again, the presence, like, it just makes her presence felt. Like, it really sounds like she is this goddess like arriving down to greet us mortals, and the drums are like the bands that's like announcing her arrival. It is just like, it's storytelling. To me, the song is storytelling. This whole album is like, she creates a character so convincingly, and I just totally believe she is the reincarnation of Aphrodite. So that is why I love this song so much. Her best title track. I think I'm gonna say it. It is her best title track. I don't know if that's controversial or not, but whatever. Like, I honestly do think it's her best. So that is my number 5. Number 4 is Too Much. Too Much is literally like a perfect dance song. I just can't even really explain it. Like, it's just one of those quintessential, like, perfect songs. Like, I really, really want to hear the song in the club one day because I feel like it just goes off. I mean, it just starts and it's that, like, kind of dark, like, heavy, fast synth, and it just, like, immediately punches you in the face, and it is just unrelenting. Like, it just keeps building and building, and then you get to the chorus, and then once, like, that little hand clap happens and it goes into like, you know, it's too much, this kind of love. Oh my god, it like literally is so good. I literally am like moving right now because like I'm just like picturing it in my head and like singing it in my head, and I'm like dancing to it because it's so good. It really is just like a perfect dance song. Like, I don't know, it really just encapsulates everything that's great about Dance Kylie. I feel like this is so exemplary of Kylie at her best. Like, this is just her firing on all cylinders, from production to her vocals to lyrics. I mean, lyrics don't really like matter that much in this song. Not to be shady, but it is just kind of they're there. But like I said before, it just needs to sound good, and the song just sounds good. Like, it is too much. This kind of love for the first time. I mean, you really believe it, whatever it means, but like, it's self-explanatory. I guess it's about a relationship. I don't know. But whatever, it sounds good, and it is too much, but I can never get too much of this song. This song literally is just so, like, perfect. I don't know what else to say. It's, like, boringly perfect. Like, when I listen to it, I'm just like, yep, this is a banger. This is it. This is one of the greatest dance songs ever made. Like, it's just that simple. Like, it's almost, like, boring. It's just, like, what else can you say about it? It literally is an A+. So that is why Too Much is at number 4. Number 3 is All the Lovers. All the Lovers is classic Kylie. It's just one of her staple songs. I live in the US, and even I've like heard this one out in the wild. Like, I've heard it like occasionally here and there. Like, I'll be running errands and the song might be on. And by that, I mean like maybe I've heard it like once in like years, but I mean still, I remember I went to it was like a Real Housewives like viewing party, and they were playing this, and I was like, oh my god, All the Lovers out in the wild. Like, I just could not believe it, like I was actually hearing it. But it is really just genuinely such an amazing song, and I feel like it should have crossed over. Like, I really do feel like this one and the one I'm gonna get to later absolutely should have smashed in the US, especially since it was 2010. Like, the song does just sound like 2010, which I love. All the Lovers is just so beautiful. It's so ethereal. To me, this is like the Aphrodite song. As in, like, when I think of Aphrodite, like, the whole vibe of it can be summed up with this song, if that makes any sense. I feel like it's the most representative of the album, because it's that electronic sound, it's dancey, it's the huge chorus, it's her heavenly, like, angelic vocals, and the way that it just all comes together is so flawless. Like, it's just a flawlessly executed song. I just feel like every individual aspect works so well together to make this literally heavenly song. Like, I get why this album is called Aphrodite, because this literally sounds like it was made by a goddess. It just really sounds like that. It sounds otherworldly, like there's something almost alien about it. I don't know, like, yeah, I get like goddess, but I also get like alien from the song for some reason. I get that with Breathe too. I don't know why, I just always pictured that song being sung by an alien for some reason. But All the Lovers, I mean, what else can you say about it? It literally is just like a classic Kylie song. Like, it's just one of her staples. I mean, it is just so meaningful and so huge and so representative of everything that makes her music in general fabulous. So that is why I love All the Lovers. Number 2 is Cupid Boy. This song is a masterpiece. This song literally deserves so much more love. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around the fact that no one knows it. I mean, obviously, like, Kylie fans know it. I'm just saying, like, the world doesn't know it. Like, I feel like I need to spread the gospel. Like, I need to be like one of those Jehovah's Witnesses that like knocks on the door, only instead of giving you the Bible, I play Cupid Boy, because this is a masterpiece. This literally is one of the greatest electropop songs ever. Just every single part of it, like from that really like cool guitar line that she has in like throughout the whole song. I think it's a guitar, I don't know, but like whatever that like instrument is. And then like her really like slinky kind of mysterious kind of vocals during the verses. Like, her performance just sounds very like Sex Kitten-y and like really, yeah, like mysterious. Like, I picture her like in a back alley, just like you don't see her but you just hear her and you're just looking around and you're like, where is this girl? That is what the verses are to me. And then when the pre-chorus hits, and literally, oh my god, like the robotic vocals, the way that her vocals transform into literally being like digital is so cool. Like, it is just such a cool use of auto-tune. And then obviously the chorus is so amazing because it's really long. Like, I love a long chorus, and Aphrodite has so many like long choruses. Like, there's multiple parts to it, which I love. I love when there's like a switch up during a chorus, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When she finally goes like, I'm in heaven, it just feels so huge. Cupid Boy is literally a masterpiece. This song should be played on every Valentine's Day. Like, Cupid needs to come down himself and just bust it on the floor to this, because it is a masterpiece. If you haven't heard Cupid Boy, I mean, I'm assuming you have because you're watching this video, but like, if you haven't listened to it in a while, like, go listen to it. Seriously, this is just one of Kylie's best deep cuts. It really is probably my favorite deep cut by Kylie. I simply can never get enough. It has got the good stuff. So that is my number 2. Number 1, my favorite Kylie song of all time, one of my favorite songs ever, is Get Out of My Way. When I tell you guys, this is more than just a song to me. Like, this was a personal cultural reset. Like, it wasn't a cultural reset, but it was, like, for me, it was. When I heard the song, I just literally said, I need to know everything this woman sings, because this was, like, my gateway drug into Kylie. I had known her before. I had listened to her stuff years ago, and obviously in, like, the States, like, her, like, biggest hits were The Locomotion and Can't Get You Out of My Head. And, like, I knew those songs and I had them, but I was like, you know, one day I'll get into Kylie. When I heard the song, I was like, I immediately need to know everything this woman sings, like, stat, because Get Out of My Way is, like, the definition of just what I want a song to be. Like, if I had to sum up my taste in music, like, I could just give you this song, because that's what it is. It literally is my taste exemplified. It just checks off all the boxes. Like, every single part of it is so good. It's so catchy. It's so pretty. I love, like, I don't know how to describe the production. It's kind of like twinkly sounding, and even her voice kind of sounds like twinkly, like the little, like, ooze that she's doing during it. Like, it sounds, again, like ethereal and heavenly, and very fitting with Aphrodite, obviously. And the song is just a confidence booster. It just makes you feel like that girl, like, get out of my way. Like, I literally, when I tell you, if I'm like, I'm a really fast walker for, like, no reason. I don't know why, but, like, and I'm not, like, rude, but, like, if somebody's walking really slow, like, I always just play, like, Get Out of My Way in my head, like, just, like, that part that she says that, because I just need to get my places quicker than other people, I guess. I don't know. I'm not, like, shoving into people or anything. Like, I'm respectful. I'm just, like, a fast walker for no reason, but I'm always saying Get Out of My Way in my head, the way that she says it. Like, it is so ingrained in me at this point. And just the song itself is literally a masterpiece. I mean, again, just on a technical level, it's produced so well. And the giant chorus, like, I love the double chorus. This is the best example of why I think Aphrodite has amazing choruses, because it is essentially 2 in 1. Like, you start with the Leave You, Move On to a Perfect Stranger, that part, and then, you know, Can't Have Me Back at the end of the song, and then Get Out of My Way. Like, it's just so, like, fun. Like, when I'm listening to it in the car, like, that is, like, the punching the steering wheel part. That is when you just get reckless. And Get Out of My Way, like, I cannot not act reckless when I listen to it. I'm sorry. Like, you actually do need to get out of my way if I'm listening to it, because I promise you, you will get injured. I cannot not be crazy when this song comes on. And yeah, I mean, it really is just my favorite Kylie song. Again, like I said, it just is my taste in music. Like, if I had to exemplify everything that I want in a song, it is Get Out of My Way. Like, I can't even, like, imagine a more perfect song, like, that was lab created for me. So that is why it is my number 1 on Aphrodite. It's my number 1 favorite Kylie song ever, and it's probably in my top 5 songs, like, ever. I don't know, like, what that is, like, what my top 5 songs are, but I don't know. I feel like it has to be in there. Like, it's definitely, it's at least top 10, but I feel like it would be top 5 as well. So that is my ranking. If you couldn't tell, I absolutely love Aphrodite. It's my favorite Kylie album, one of my favorite albums of all time, and I will simply never stop loving it. It is a part of me. It is a piece of my soul. It is a piece of my heart. So that is my ranking. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.